It doesn't take a genius to know it is incredibly dangerous to travel to space. Although we have grown better at it with time, the calculations needed to get to your desired location are still immensely complex and need to be increasingly accurate, and you must completely rely on the equipment surrounding you to ensure that you survive your trip. And within such a small and confined area, where even the smallest of disruption can kill you and all your crew in catastrophic failure, it would make you come to the assumption that it's a very unsuitable area to be carrying firearms. But it turns out, however, that arming your spacemen with weapons might be a pretty good idea, particularly if you're a Soviet cosmonaut. And so it raises the central question: why did Soviet cosmonauts take guns to space? The Soviets, like the Americans, did not foresee alien contact, and the firearms were not carried to fend off any potential little green men that might be up there. The Soviets also didn't plan to engage in close combat in any floating space stations hovering above the Earth. Instead, the gun was never intended to be used in space. The gun they used was called the TP-82 and was a triple-barreled handgun that every Soviet cosmonaut was required to take to space. It was designed as a survival tool if a cosmonaut were to find themselves stranded upon crash landing in the wilderness. Unlike astronauts from the United States who regularly landed in the ocean upon return to Earth, Russian cosmonauts would instead land in the Siberian wilderness, which is home to many dangerous predators such as bears and wolves. Thus, the TP-82 would offer a cosmonaut a fighting chance against any potential predators if they became lost in the wilderness before being rescued. The triple-barreled pistol, known as the TP-82, was quite distinctive. It had an effective shooting range of around 200 meters and could kill wolves or bears. Alongside this, it was made for both auditory and visible distress messages as well as for hunting. The TP-82 was referred to as a pistol. However, it did not look like your ordinary pistol. The gun's sole distinguishing feature, which turned it into a pistol, was its ability to function without a stock. Alongside this, the triple-barreled firearm could use two different caliber bullets. The top two barrels of the gun were designed to carry shotgun bullets and were to act like a shotgun in close-range battle. The third and bottom barrel was used as a rifle and could be used as a chamber for rifle rounds for improved range and accuracy, which can help the cosmonaut in hunting. This unusual handgun also had a stock that could be removed and used as a machete. The stock might be used for self-defense in close quarters fighting, chopping wood or digging holes. In addition, the TP-82 was incredibly light, weighing only 2.4 kilos with the connected machete stock. In case they became trapped on their return to Earth, Russian cosmonauts were required to bring the TP-82 with them on every space trip. But it raises another central question: whose idea was it originally to bring guns to space? The idea for the TP-82 came about in 1965 when Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov became stranded when his Voskhod capsule mount malfunctioned, and he and his crewmate Pavel Belayev found themselves 386 kilometers from the intended landing zone, in the inhospitable forests of Upper Kama upland, somewhere west of Solikamsk.
Стоим мы на посту, повзводно и породно, бессмертный как огонь, спокойный как гранит. Мы армия страны, мы армия народа, великий подвиг наш история хранит. Не зря в судьбе олеет знамя, не зря на нас надеется страна. Священные слова, Москва за нами, мы помним со времен Бородина. Священные слова, Москва за нами, мы помним со времен Бородина. Вручили нам отцы всесильное оружие, мы родине своей присягу принесли, и в жизни нам дана единственная служба от смерти заслонить грядущие земли. Не зря в судьбе олеет знамя, не зря на нас надеется страна. Священные слова, Москва за нами, мы помним со времен Бородина. Священные слова, Москва за нами, мы помним со времен Бородина. Не надо нас пугать, похвалиться спесиво, не стоит нам грозить, и вновь с огнем играть. Ведь если враг рискнет проверить нашу силу, его мы
After crash landing, Leonov recalled a conversation that occurred between the two men. "How soon do you think they'll pick us up?" Pasha asked me, concerned as the landing module shuddered to a standstill. I tried to make light of the situation. "In 3 months, maybe, they'll find us with dog sleighs." Leonov recalls worrying that the sole 9mm Makarov handgun in the ship's survival pack would be useless against bears and wolves in Siberia. Of course, they were eventually saved, after spending a total of 3 days and 2 nights. And afterwards, Leonov suggested to his superiors that cosmonauts should carry guns designed to ensure their survival in the Siberian wilderness on future space trips. The idea was met with skepticism at first, but after some discussion, it was decided that the TP-82 would be developed as a contingency in case another cosmonaut found themselves in a similar situation. TP-82s were carried regularly on Soviet and Russian space missions from 1986 to 2006 as part of the Soyuz Portable Emergency Survival Kit. Sadly, however, in 2007, the media reported that the remaining ammunition for the TP-82 had become unusable, and that a regular semi-automatic pistol would be used on future missions. Despite never being used in space, the TP-82 remains a symbol of Russian space exploration, and is a reminder of the lengths that Soviet and Russian cosmonauts were willing to go to ensure their safety while exploring the unknown. This has been me, Jack, and if you're watching this video in space right now, leave a like down below.
Стоим мы на посту, подводная и порода, бессмертный как огонь, спокойный как гранит. Мы армия страны, мы армия народа, великий подвиг наш история хранит. Не зря в судьбе олеет знамя. Не зря на нас надеется страна. Священные слова, Москва за нами, мы помним со времен Бородина.